America, you do not have a gun problem. You have a jihad problem. Can someone please tell me when we're going to emerge from this reoccurring nightmare? Every time there's an Islamic terrorist attack in the US, Democrats and the mainstream media rush to turn the attack into a debate about gun control, even if no gun was used. So you've probably heard by now that the shooting at Ohio State University Monday morning was not a shooting at all. Instead, it was a car and knife attack perpetrated by a Somali refugee student by the name of Abdul Razak Ali Artan. But of course, gun-grabbing politicians and their prostitute allies, they never let facts get in the way. Vice presidential hopeful Senator Tim Kaine rushed to social media to condemn the, quote, senseless act of gun violence. And Kaine, well, he wasn't alone. Democrats like Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee also hurried to Twitter in an effort to make the non-gun attack about guns. Just like her friends in their party and the media, who appeared even more reckless in their haste. The alt-left publication Vox.com covered the terrorist attack by a Somali refugee who didn't use a gun by posting a video about America's, quote, gun problem. And surprise, surprise, Vox was joined by a whole chorus of media elites who tried to make the non-gun terrorist attack about firearms even after they learned that no gun was used. One wrote, what happened at Ohio State is terrible, but, quote, mass stabber leaves 8 people with non-life-threatening injuries is why gun control matters. Okay, Adam, I'm gonna make this real simple for you. What saved the students during the attack? That's right, a gun. A gun is what took the terrorists down. Because the truth is, gun-free zones are safe spaces for killers, and OSU was a gun-free zone. Omar Mateen knew that at Pulse nightclub in Orlando, and Abdul Artan knew that at Ohio. And as both terrorist attacks proved, as soon as a good guy shows up with a gun, the terrorist goes down. So a public service announcement for the press and politicians involved in America's most recent heat of mental gymnastics. Stop talking about guns and start talking about jihad. Do you really think it's a coincidence that the Ohio knife attack occurred just 2 days after ISIS issued a video instructing wannabe terrorists on how to commit knife attacks? Or do you think it's just by chance that Ohio's terrorist knife and car attack happened just 2 weeks after ISIS Rumiyah magazine advised their jihadi followers on vehicular attacks? And yet, journos like Gersh Kuntzman think that sort of information is, quote, useless. No, Gert, you know what's useless? Fake journalists that work for fake news publications. What's useless is sidestepping the very real threat of Islamic terrorism because you are more afraid of Islamophobia. Here's a hint. ISIS warned the West that they would be sending jihadis via migration into Europe and the US. And on the heels of America's latest attack perpetrated by a Muslim refugee, it's pretty clear Islamic terrorists are making good on their word. For the Rebel.media, I'm Faith Goldie. If you're sick and tired of the MSM's coverage of Islamic terrorism, click below and subscribe to our YouTube channel.